Hey everyone, it's Christy with the Big Helper Group. Super excited to be here today to talk about open houses. First, you need to start early. You have to be prepared. Don't show up on Friday to pick an open house and expect to get a massive turnout. Start earlier in the week. Let's say that you start on Monday. Time block in when you're going to pick your open house, because that's half the battle. Location is the most important thing. If your clients have to turn 26 times to get to the house, your turnout's probably going to be a little bit low. Take a moment to be able to shoot a quick promo video. It can be a selfie in front of the house, or even better, find the community sign. So, hey everybody, I'm standing in front of Pima Crossing, having an open house this weekend. And you can use that video in so many ways. Can you cross-reference it with your CRM? That's a great idea. Do I have buyers looking in a certain area? Take that video, send it to them, invite them to your open house. And then of course, put it on social media. Make sure that the whole world knows you're going to be doing an open house in that neighborhood. The next thing you should be focused on is making calls. There's a lot of resources out there that can pull numbers around specific addresses. What you're doing is building excitement. And of course, we're looking for those buyers and sellers. So call into the neighborhood. Let them know we're doing an open house this weekend. There might be some extra traffic. By the way, do you know anybody looking to move into your neighborhood? It's a great time to pick your neighbor. Or have you had any thoughts of selling? So make sure you hit the phones a couple days beforehand so you can start to invite people to your open house. It's also important to talk to the listing agent. If it's not your listing, you should know about the home. Does it have solar panels? Are they on a lease or are they owned? Anything that's going to make you sound very knowledgeable about the home. People will have confidence in you because they know you know the market. They're naturally going to want to work with somebody that has that confidence. Your confidence comes from studying the stats. 2 days before your open house, you should start door knocking. At a minimum, I would say door knock 5 doors to the left, 5 doors to the right, and 10 across. Why do you want to do that? Well, of course, you want people to come to your open house. We're also looking for potential sellers. I can't tell you how many times a neighbor has said to me, do you think their home's really going to sell for XYZ? Again, if I've taken the time to study the stats, I know the comps for that home. And I can say confidently, you know what, that home is absolutely going to sell for that, possibly more. In fact, I'm going to have over 20 groups of people in my open house this week. At what price are you considered a seller? Take time to run switch properties. I like to pick maybe 10 switch properties. I have them readily available, so if this property is not a match, I know one that might be a match in the neighborhood. Even better, it's vacant and we can go see it right away. If you have time, check out those switch properties. This is not only going to help you in your open house, but it's also going to help you in your follow-up. Imagine if you can follow up with a client and say, you know, I'm sorry that home wasn't a match for you, but I just walked through a home on Banana Street that might be a perfect match. It goes into all of your follow-up. Don't forget to ask people where they came from. You want to know if your efforts are working. Did they hear about you from your Facebook ad? Did they come because of one of the phone calls? Or did they just see the sign? Make sure to ask so that you know your efforts are paying off. Signage is so important. The agents that I've spoken to that have told me that open houses don't work, it's because they only put up 5 signs. You need more than 5 signs. Make sure that you have time to get the signs out there and that you are letting everybody know a turn is coming up. Come see my open house. I don't care if you use balloons, if you use a large gorilla, whatever it is, make sure that people know where your open house is and that you've got plenty of signage. Okay, it's time to start your open house. Make sure that you're completely ready. And again, shoot another Facebook Live. Hey, I'm at my open house at this address. I'll be here till this time. Make sure to stop by. Your open house is over. It was a success. There's a couple more things you need to do to wrap it up. Take time after your open house, ideally after you've picked up your signs. If the house is vacant, stay at the house and make sure those leads get into your CRM immediately. So many times agents wait all weekend to thank those leads for coming. That's a critical mistake. Take the time. If the house is occupied, go to the nearest Starbucks. Sit down and debrief your open house. Make sure all your leads are in your database and that you've been able to send that email we prepared earlier in the week, thanking them for coming. If you had any potential sellers and you know their addresses, write a quick thank you note. Put your business card in and thank them for coming to your open house. Last, congratulate yourself. You've got a bunch of new leads and lots of people to follow up with. Our goal is to help as many agents reach their goals. If you know anybody that could benefit from being on a team, let us know. Click below.